All right, next is from Philly's Bob, and subject is non-responsive crowds. Greetings, K100 crew. I was wondering how you guys would deal with non-responsive crowds during your time at WCW. Also, were there any cities that consistently had crowds like this? Were there any guys who got nervous or angry that couldn't deal with it? And thanks.
Hmm.
Um, During WCW, maybe like 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 crowds were just lame, like
Right.
they were just dead. Like we always didn't like, because if you had a dead crowd, it's like you would just try to, like, if you're the heel, you try to yell at the fans and try to get them, like, or what I would do if the crowd was dead and you were working hard out there, is take them in the corner and like do some chops, because like the loud smacking of chops kind of wake up the crowd a little bit sometimes. But
Yeah, and
sometimes
another
you
and another trick is just to fight outside the ring. People get hyped
right
when they see that.
right yeah, get near the crowd and stuff. So
Right. Or go into the crowd.
But there
next is
wasn't
from
any typically,
no, I couldn't tell you.
quieter cities because I hope
No.
Pittsburgh always has a bad rep for WWE for some
I
reason.
couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
There's never a crowd that like consistently was dead that I could sit there and point out, like, oh yeah, we used to go there all the
Des
time. The
Moines.
crowds never. Des Moines was hot usually.
Des Moines was hot.
Everywhere was hot.
Yeah.
So next is from Ralph. The subject is crowd sign Conan Fierce Husey. Joe, make sure to put this one up first to start the mailbag off hot. Okay, we did not do
I'm
that,
not going
Ralph,
to do that.
and you're going to get suspended just for making that statement. Okay, so let's suspend Ralph for a week, Joe, for this.
And allegedly, if you want me to put your mailbag question up front, there's a Venmo address on Twitter. You can
Right.
always.
Greetings,
Not that I'm
gents.
capable of being corrupted or anything. Sorry.
Greetings, gents. For a while, Conan was stating that he would make his long-awaited and highly anticipated debut on his Suzy Low if the K1 YouTube channel hit 50,000 subscribers as a show of respect for his good friend Husey. Then all of a sudden,
Okay, first
perhaps.
of all, he's not my good friend.
Oh,
Okay?
let me finish this. Then all of a sudden, or perhaps too much of that Iranian, the goalpost changed to 55,000. Joe can go back and prove this. Not a big deal, as Husey's done a tremendous job considering he's always drunk. Conclusion: K-Dog fears Husey. Anyways, the appearance will be legendary and hopefully over 5 minutes. Also, put some respect on Sir Adam Hughes' name. It's Husey, not hugely. Just a suggestion. Nothing?
No,
P.S.
nothing.
P.S. During the Lucha Libre minute, we don't give a about the two jobbers talking video games whilst waiting for the stars of the show to appear. By stars, I meant Conan and his dogs. Again, nothing?
Again, nothing.
All right, so how many? How long should we?
How was it? What was it originally? 50 or 55?
I think it was 50, and then you moved it up a little bit. Just
I don't know why we moved it just a little bit. I should have done it a lot. Yeah, I don't fear nothing
want to make
about
it 60?
Hughley.
Let's make it 60.
Oh, that's harsh.
We
Let's
should.
did, Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's make it 60.
So
All
there
right,
you
so
go
now-
for Sir Adams Hughes. That's the respect we're going to put on his name.
Yeah,
And
moving the goalpost
and
again.
my appearance will not be under 5 minutes or more if he starts off with a lame ass question or joke.
By the way, I'm not
So-
that sure about the sir part either. As far as I know, Hughesy's never been knighted.
All right, let me make a statement here.
He has
So
been shafted.
Ralph,
Nothing.
okay, Ralph, okay, who you're suspended now for? It's going to be 2 weeks.
Right.
Okay, so you
Don't
trying
forget that,
to
Joe.
trying to put over Husey, okay, and trying to champion Husey, you've got suspended for the mailbag for 2 weeks, and we've now raised the amount of people that need the subscribers for Conan to appear on the show. So congratulations. So anybody that wants to put over Husey, you're risking. This is what you're risking. Okay. So I just want to make that point.
All right.
Next is from. Oh, here we go. You like this one too. This is from Kong Shower,
Oh,
Nice.
welcome back.
and his email is clean the monkey. Okay.
Mm.
Subject is Mexico Mega Show. Long time no speak. I was boycotting the show while Billy Body was on because he's a piece of. Glad you dropped his wimpy.
Oh,
Conan, you were asked recently about WWE doing a show in Mexico with either your help or in association with AAA, and you seemed a little stumped for the headlining match. Bro, I got it for you. Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio. The greatest heel in the business versus Rey Mysterio, who still, and I don't know how, can work excellent matches with anyone and is over as he ever was. Roman versus Rey in Mexico. Bloodline versus LWO, whatever is going on with the Bloodline right now. What do you think, Conan, or do you think there's a better option? What do you think?
Well, first of all, let me just say, remember Joe when Billy used to say, "Oh, you don't read the positive letters about me," which we did, but they were very little,
Mhm.
and people still burying this guy. Bro, somebody sent me this thing, and he said that he was on some podcast for 4 hours talking, and I
I
said,
saw.
"I'm
it.
not
I don't know if
gonna."
that's true. Yeah,
And I
don't even.
said, "I'm not." Okay, well, I just told him I'm not gonna listen to even 2 minutes. So he sent me some screenshots. Bro, this guy's plainly delusional,
Mhm.
and he's
Well,
just
I
performing himself. He thinks he's the biggest thing. What a joke. I'm glad we did drop him. But anyways, yeah, that would be
he's
a very
he's
good
gonna
match.
he's gonna hit me up in my DMs now because
Yeah,
you said that. Like all we do is talk about him. And I
right,
said, dude, I go, you get 2 sentences out of 7 hours of
right.
every that's because we're responding to somebody like you. It's like we're not like talking about you all the time, you
How
know.
about the one where he threatened to put our phone numbers out? What happened, Joe? Remember
Who
that?
Oh,
knows?
something
I
like
don't.
that. I don't know who that was. That was addressed to like all of us, maybe. Where
Well,
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't know if he actually did that.
no, he didn't.
No,
When
no,
he
no. He
threatened it,
was
he threatened
mad
it. Yeah,
that if we didn't do something, he was going to publish our phone
yeah.
numbers, and
Contact
I
info.
was
Yeah.
like, I'll just change my phone number. What's a big
Yeah,
deal?
yeah. So, all right. Well, what do you think about Rey Mysterio versus Roman?
That's a great idea,
That's a
and I
good one.
like the
It is a good
bloodline
idea.
versus and bloodline versus LWO would be a good idea too, and and the reason Ray's in such great shape because he's like all the high caliber athletes like LeBron James. They invest money into their body. He's getting stem cells and the crypto
Yeah,
chamber and
bro,
all
that
that
Yeah,
stem
shit.
dude.
cell stuff is
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
stem cell is like the rejuvenation stuff.
right.
Because you know
It's like
something.
yeah.
It's 2023, and I remember around 2011, 12, 13, Ray was in WWE. He was teaming with Sin Cara, and people were saying that he was done. Oh, he's probably going to lose to Sin Cara and then pass the torch. People were saying Ray was done 10 years ago, and he came back better than ever. And he really, I mean, his matches are incredible right now. It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next is from Giant Fruit, and the subject is trouble. You guys keep calling me Giant Fruit. It's Giant Far Out. How'd you
Huh?
miss this one, bro?
You know
Maybe there's
what?
Just
Keep calling
suspend
him
this. Just
giant fruit.
yeah,
Call,
because it's
call him
spelled
giant
F.
fruit.
How am I going to pronounce Farout? That
for
looks
out.
like Faroot. All right. Okay. So you're going to you're suspended for disrespecting me for pronouncing your name. Anyway, guys, the clip from the classic Jay Lethal Ric Flair battle from TNA Impact has been going viral again all over social media lately. It's hilarious, but I've heard that Ric Flair during his Impact run was a bit of a problem to work with backstage. I mean, one shot on the live TV, he literally offered to eat Dixie Carter's. What?
I don't.
Do you
I never.
remember that, Joe?
I don't remember that, but I wouldn't
My
doubt it.
question for Disco and Conan is: if you guys were around during these days, do you have any stories about having to do with Flair and Impact? I wasn't with Flair and Impact, so I have
You
no
guys are
clue.
both gone.
We were with him in WCW, and he was a big menace there, bro. Many a times I walked into a bar, and he was dancing on top of the bar with his pants down. Yeah. You remember that?
Yes.
I remember he had a big controversy in England with TNA, I think, where he was trying to get a draw, and they kept telling him, "Well, we don't do that. We don't pay you like that." And he was out of money, and he had bar
He was
tabs and
drinking
shit.
too much back then,
Yeah, and
supposedly. So,
it was such a scene that they actually left him behind. Like I think it was in Ireland actually, but he
Jesus.
joined back up later, but the bus left him. Yeah.
Next is from Oslo Garrison. Also Garrison. Also OLSO Garrison. Subject is excuses. I listened to Matt Hardy's podcast a few days ago. He addressed Jeff Hardy's botching on the All In pre-show. According to Matt, Jeff was botching on purpose for the sake of the match. Now, I know that Matt is your friend. I know that Matt is just covering for his brother, but this is. Jeff and Matt have every right to make money that's been offered to them, but the harsh reality is they need to retire right now before they get hurt even more and make themselves look even worse. K100 team, what do you think about Matt making excuses for Jeff's botching? Well, it's his brother. Bro, I never whenever family sticks up for family. I never criticize that.
Sure.
Like, remember when Nick Hogan got in the wreck where he killed? Wasn't it like vehicular homicide or something?
No, he
What was it?
the kid that was in the car with him wound up paralyzed and brain dead, basically.
Okay, and I'm like,
But he's alive.
Hulk was sticking up for his kid and getting a lot of heat over it. And I'm like, what type of father wouldn't stick up for his kid? Like that's kind of like when your family publicly turns on you. I think that's like one of the things that you could do as a person. You know, like the closest people in your life are gonna go public with turning on you instead of like keeping it. You know, so I just couldn't imagine that. So like when Matt's defending Jeff, I'm like how would you criticize this? He's defending his brothers. Of course, I would love to have a brother that defended me. You know, so go ahead. You got any comments on this?
No, I agree with what you said.
Well, at the
Yeah.
same time, though, I think it's a matter of, and I don't know, but from a fan's perspective, that does not look like Jeff did that purposely for the match. You know,
Doesn't
Well, of
matter.
course not. Who's
So
going to
fans-
do that?
fans will be like, well, now Matt's insulting our intelligence by saying that.
Well, so Matt's going to defend his family.
Yeah.
I would hold more weight on worrying about whether Mark's intelligence or if their intelligence is defended, or as opposed to sticking up for your brother.
Sure.
You know, like
Do
so.
you because Conan, do you think they
Yeah.
still have some gas in the tank, right? Because you still use them.
Of
or have
course,
used
they're
them.
very, 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 very popular, bro. Just because you can't wrestle anymore doesn't mean you're not popular and people won't pay to see you. It's like
Right.
I've said before, how many concerts have you gone and the guy's voice isn't the same, but it's the guy and it's the nostalgia and it's the experience and it's being with other people that like this person. So,
Yep.
you know, so you see Undertaker match. His last few matches, he couldn't move that well, but he was the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Ric
Sure.
Flair was Ric Flair, you know? Then the Jay Lethal match, you wanted to see Ric Flair. So once you make a name for yourself, you know, you can kind of live on it for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Next is from this is an interesting one. It might get this guy suspended for the tone here.
Right.
Next is from William Molina Jr. and the subject is agents for Conan matches. Good afternoon, K100. I just listened again to the CM Punk media scrum from last year, and I heard K-Dog talking about having high standards for agents on matches that Conan books for AAA. Can you explain what those standards are and why Vampiro did not meet them when he was an agent for Conan? Have a great day with 2 exclamation points. So I think calling you out here for maybe like saying you have high. Go ahead.
First of all, uh, misinformation right off the bat. Read the last line. I think I
Can
want
you
to make sure I heard it
explain?
right.
Can you explain what those standards are and why Vampiro did not meet them when he was an agent for Conan?
Okay, because number one, Vampiro has never been an agent for me, so that's misinformation right off the
So
rip.
that's 1 week right off the bat. Boy Molina, 1
Right.
week so far.
And that's basically about it. High standards. Well, basically, I don't remember saying high standards, but just know what the you're doing. Be on time. Make sure that uh, your finish isn't the same as another match's finish. Like that. You know what I'm saying?
All right.